This is a program we try to show a new concept of utilizing remote controlled, intelligent, pilotless airplanes. In short, we call it intelligent pilotless vehicle. Radio-controlled airplanes has been around for some time. Typically, it is used as a target to practice air defense with as a drone. The difficulties of a remote control airplane are you normally require a chase airplane to find the altitude and the speed of the vehicle, and if you want to control the vehicle on the ground, usually it's lack of the flight dynamic information for the controller on the ground to operate. Although a number of drones could set a automatic flight path, but they can only be used as a suicidal vehicle, such as cruise missiles and the target drones. There are some recoverable remote piloted vehicle, RPVs. Under those conditions, normally the most difficult element is the recovery of the vehicles. As one can see, there are many contracts have been let to devise an automatic landing system for such a vehicle. Typically, nets and landed in the water, then recovery by boat and so on has been the common use methods. Those methods will limit the applicability of remote piloted vehicles. This new concept we call IPV, stands for Intelligent Pilotless Vehicles. The two models, Ladybug and the Mantis, will be designed as a different sizes for such vehicles. The advantage of IPV are typically no chase plan is needed. Can set up the whole launching and recovery pads from the back of a pickup truck. We'll use TV image to track the flight path. We will have an automatic landing system to recover the vehicle. The dash capabilities is designed to penetrate forest fires, insect-infested areas, volcano and turbulent air regions, so piloted vehicles will have a difficulty to fly. The performances of such a vehicle is designed to have a range of 25 to 50 miles with a payload which can be done by specific design from 25 pounds to 200 pounds, depends on the size. The speed is from 80 miles per hour to 400 miles per hour as a typical capability for such a IPV. Typical applications of Ladybug and the Mantis are inspection of the farm fields, pipelines, railroad tracks, disastrous areas such as flood, search for missing people, boats, etc., can carry out spray for farm fields, can deliver cargo, typically can penetrate forest fire situation to a much closer range than ordinary piloted airplanes for firefighting, and also sample gathering on top of trees and forests for information gatherings. The following is a small portion of the recording, the effect of the automatic landing system on a typical IPV prototypes. Please enjoy. This is a typical low-wing, high-speed, radio-controlled vehicles equipped with IPV's intelligent landing systems. The system uses mechanical sensing rods as input to the computer. The next sequence to show if we disable the computer and follow a landing path, what happened? You will have an ordinary crash. The next few sequences is trying to show at the different flight conditions how the automatic landing system works. This flight sequence, the main flap is not on. The next sequence is trying to indicate the effect of the sensing rod on ordinary airplane flight. So we recorded the total takeoff and landing as a complete sequence. In this sequence, the airplane is coming in at much higher speed. The sensing rod touches the ground. Do not let the airplane to land until it loses speed before it make a perfect landing. The next sequence is again a high-speed approach, but with the right angle of attack, the airplane is gently being settled down onto the ground. This sequence again is a heavily loaded airplane. The takeoff would have to pick up ground speed before it can pull the airplane off the ground, yet the system would not interfere with the takeoff conditions. This airplane would have a dash speed of 130 miles per hour and a typical cruise 85 miles per hour with a typical wingspan of 6 feet, and the total weight of the airplane is under 20 pounds. As a typical landing, that the airplane again did not touch the ground, rather go through a balloon, but did not go to very high height, and just to allow it losing its airspeed. Basically, this is an indication of what a simple onboard low-cost computer can do to avoid gathering information all the way to the ground, so the ground pilot only to control its function on takeoff, turn, and land. The Ladybug and the Mantis incorporates more sophisticated flight systems, and also the ground controller will be monitoring through a TV screen to observe the instrumentation, flight speed, and also had the view of what the airplane is looking at. Therefore, we can also record the image for the flight to gather information. Thank you. Typical